China has declared a war against its big tech companies and its billionaire founders. They're being slapped with fines. Their transactions are being scrutinized, and a new rule book has been created to expand the state's controls on how big tech companies operate. First, let me tell you what's happening. China's market regulator has fined Alibaba Group and Tencent, two big names in Chinese tech. They failed to seek permissions for some acquisitions. Now they must pay up around $76,000 each. Another move by Tencent is under the scanner. It wants to take its search engine company, Sogou Inc., private. It's a $3.5 billion plan that caught the eye of the Chinese regulator. Now, reports say they want to, quote-unquote, make an example out of Tencent. It's not clear what that means or what the regulator has in mind, but Sogou has submitted the deal for an antitrust review. Earlier this year, Tencent had acquired Sogou. The Communist Party does not like to share power. Big tech companies are becoming too big, perhaps, so the crackdown began. In November, Beijing published draft antitrust rules in a bid to curb what China calls monopolistic behavior. The move took investors by surprise. China's biggest tech companies took a hit. Their market value was wiped off by hundreds of billions of dollars, because until now, Beijing had a hands-off approach towards these big tech companies. Now it wants more control. The antitrust rule book is a signal to big tech that Beijing does not like how they're behaving. Under Xi Jinping, the Communist Party has moved in aggressively to control the private sector in China. How can the big tech expect to get away? Let me show you two graphs. One that lists the biggest companies in China in 2008 and the other in 2018. In these 10 years, from 2008 to 2018, there has been a complete turnaround. PetroChina used to be the country's biggest company in 2008. It's a state-owned enterprise with a market value of more than $500 billion. 10 years later, PetroChina drops to number 5. Its market value shrinks to less than $200 billion. It has been replaced by private players, Alibaba and Tencent. They're now at the top, with a value that's well over $400 billion. So here's what the Communist Party fears. The big tech should not get bigger than the state. Before the scrutiny, Chinese technology companies were free to acquire anyone they wished, any entity they wished to acquire. These acquisitions have given them immense power over the market and how they price their services and products. It seems like Beijing does not want the big tech to have that kind of power. So the Chinese state has now moved in to scrutinize every move of theirs. It began with Jack Ma, the king of Chinese tech. He's now at the mercy of Beijing, despite the fact that Jack Ma himself is a member of the Communist Party. In November, the Chinese government placed a last-minute halt on the Ant Group IPO, the financial services company founded by Jack Ma in 2014. The IPO was worth $37 billion. It would have been the world's largest IPO, but Xi Jinping personally decided to halt it, apparently. Some said that Jack Ma is being punished for a speech he gave in October where he criticized the Chinese regulatory system. But by halting Jack Ma's IPO, China sent a clear message to all tech giants in the country. No one is above the Communist Party in China. Thank you for watching Gravitas on WION's YouTube channel. If you want to stay up to date with what's happening around the world, then subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like and share. Thank you very much for watching WION. World is One.